Hey everybody, it's Ruthie again. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to do a room reveal, and then after that we're going to start doing some organization. I'll show you how I organized a bunch of stuff. That being said, let me turn you around. We'll get started. Okay everybody, this is my craft room. We call it Pumpkin's Palace. My husband's called me Pumpkin for over 42 years, so the name just kind of stuck. So I love how bright it is. I chose pink because it's one of my favorite colors. Yellow was the other one. But yellow is so hard to find nice stuff in the nice colors and stuff. So that right there is one of my favorite things in my room. My chalkboard. My grandbabies like to come over and they like to draw on there and leave me little messages. So they giggle. They're so fun to watch. Okay, here's my wall of pictures. I have a couple grandbabies that just keep falling over. My, son, it's like 3 of them that keeps falling off, so I have to get some better adhesive to. There's my heat press, my other Cricut. I have several, but I have one that I use all the time. This container just has some puzzle books, papers, because my grandbabies like to draw, and some envelopes that when I get ready to mail something out. Down in the bottom, I have my photo printer and the supplies. In this drawer here, I have things like specialty papers. Oh, I have shrink paper, that the kids like to do. I have laminating sheets, just that kind of different paper that I need to hold on to, but I don't need it out all the time. In my IKEA, I have my papers separated and sorted, and I'll show you how I did that. That belonged to my husband's grandmother, or great-grandmother, I believe. So I'm going to see if that works. I love that thing. It's sitting on top of the case that it came with. This is a picture of my mom and my Molly puppy, which is my soul puppy that I miss. My granddaughter Abigail made that for me. And I have some of my snow globes that my daughter buys for me. And that is one of the flip pages for your 12 by 12 scrapbooking pages that I bought at Michael's. And I will see if I can still find that. Some extra organizing notebooks that I have. Some of my scrapbook books that I'm working on now. And this is just some different things, some vinyl pieces that I need to put in a notebook or find something. I've already separated, but I just got to figure out what I'm going to put them in. And just some this one is, I do some sweatshirts and t-shirts for a karate place. So that's the information on that if they need that. And this just has some extra dividers and things that I keep in there. All of these things I got belonged to my mother-in-law and my husband's grandmother that she had that I display in here now. And they were from Michigan, so they have all the little devils there. In some of these drawers, she also had a bunch of like notepads. So that's, I keep those in here. I also keep some of them in this drawer. And let's see. This one just has some miscellaneous cards and some envelopes and things that when I get ready, or if my grandbabies want to play with things I need to organize. Down here in this door, I keep some project things that like canvases and stuff. When I have those available. Oh, that drawer's coming off. I put that thing together. My husband will have to come see if he can fix that one for me. And then here are some like different bottles and different things for projects. And people always, like a lady, a friend of my daughter's recently brought these over. So that's what I keep in that one. And in here I have my heat press, my little mini heat press, and the board I use with it. And in here I keep my extra glues, some extra small pieces of things that I don't use very often, and my cleaning projects, my things like my Windex and some off and different things that I use to organize my stuff with. And this one It has all my different paints and watercolors. And here I have the brushes and stuff that goes with that. And here I have some general cards that I have that these are like blank cards and things that I send out for my grandbabies and leave notes and stuff for them. That's kind of the same thing. My mother-in-law collected a bunch of these. Some of these are birthday ones. Oh, that's a drawer that. This, as you can see, my grandbabies like glitter. So this is all my glitter. That one doesn't like to close very well. This is just a bunch of paper that I got from somebody, and it's like for notes, you know, like letters from Santa Claus and different little 8.5 by 11. Let me see if I can get down to some of them. This has also got some vellum, you know, things like this. That's what all this is in this one here. Oh, I showed you that one already. And in the bottom, I have just some different, like these are some doilies and different handkerchiefs and things that grandparents have had. This one is just material, small pieces of material, which I'm going to try to see if I figure out how to use them on my scrapbook pages. This is some permanent vinyl. This one over here is my temporary vinyl. So that's my IKEA cabinet. I like having all the extra storage. So instead of having the baskets down at the bottom, which makes it kind of hard to organize everything, I like having the drawers and the doors for different things because it makes it look less messy. And I think those were about $25 a piece for a section. So to me, it's well worth it. Okay, let's move on over here. I have my printer. And I have my Cricut that I use on a daily basis. And in here, I just have some different iron-on. It's all divided up by different types. Like these are all my solids. I have 2 drawers of solids. And here is where I keep, this is some iron-on used recently, and I got to roll it back up by wax paper. And in here, I just keep some that I just recently bought that I got to put away. Oh, what in the world just fell? Oh, you know what? There's a ghost in here. Anyway, I think the wind caught it. Anyway, so here's my sewing machine that I plan on using for my scrapbook, but I also do light sewing. I don't do a lot of extra stuff, but I keep this ruler here. It comes in handy when I'm scrapbooking. These are some of the old albums that I'm trying to work on getting the pictures off. I recently found out you can try to get them off with dental floss. So I'm going to try that. We're going to do some scrapbooking on those. Down here I have some, these are more Christmas cards. These are just containers that I have, like I have when I roll up that vinyl. I use these, some iron-on. I use those to hold them together and some extra cords. This is just containers, like my picture containers when I need extra. And then just small containers of things that I reuse and use. Come on, chair. And my wipes that I use on a daily basis. And there's my little Trixie. She's got her little space over there. Kids also like playing hide and seek in there. That's my project box. And I have like a t-shirt for my granddaughter and a pair of pants. But I'm going to have her help me fix the pants because it's got a rip in them. So I'm going to have her help me with that. In here I have, that's where my cutting boards are. And my Cricut mats are in here. These I bought at Michael's. So what I have in here is I have all of my Cricut tools. My grandbabies knows where everything is, so they can just come and get what they want. I keep extra rulers and templates and some more containers that I use for my embellishments within there. And this is just a bunch of miscellaneous things that I have, you know, white out, a couple little things that I found that my grandbabies want to play with eventually. Just some colored pens. They like playing with colored pens and extra refills on that. And in here I just have some general office supplies that I keep on hand. Down here is tools, a hot glue gun, that kind of thing. And yes, grandbabies have liked playing with those too. This is more of my colored pencils and regular pencils, colors, that kind of thing that my grandbabies like to draw with. Not that I can't use them, but these are just my fun pens my daughter gives me that I love to play with. These are just little notebooks that I keep, that I bought off of Amazon. Bought a whole bunch of them. This is some more markers, and these do fit in my Cricut. And some extra tools. I don't use it very often, but I still want them on hand. And all of my Sharpies, my chalk pens, and up here I have all of my inks, my embellishing stuff and embossing stuff, and Perfect Pearls, and my heat gun is in here. Up on the top, I just have some just generalized storage, and I'll show you a little bit of that later on. That window I have, and there's tons of birds, and I haven't got hummingbirds yet. Squirrels. There's my scissors. Some more organizing boxes. Down here, I have some more. That's my stamps there in the back, and I'll show you what all I have in those. Up here, my organizing notebooks. That's my clock my oldest son Will made for me, him and his wife. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And in here I have, this is my project file, things that I'm working on, pictures that I've chose that I want to get paper and stuff for. And this is my work, daily work stuff. You know, I got my planner up here, my worksheets that I have for when I'm selecting my pictures, when I check off and make notes to myself, and my just journal notebook and some pens. I always have a little angel nearby. This is the surface that I do most of my like paperwork and stuff. And this, I have some like the dots and the different type of, you know, double sticky tapes and that kind of thing that I keep in here. And here I have my photo scanner. This is a box that I put in here of things I need to scan. So I just sit down every once in a while and I just scan a bunch of stuff. These are my project files. And what I do with this is I have to cut off the tabs. I have to cut off the tabs for these things. So I just put it on top so I know where the paper came from. And I just keep it in my paper, my sketches, my embellishment. So once I get things ready and I get ready to do a scrapbook page, when I know that I've got it checked off, I can list what box it's in and grab it, and when I get ready to do, and I've got all of those stacked up down there. On here, I have, you know, this is where I pay bills. So I keep my checkbooks and just general paperwork and stuff here. Down at the bottom is where I keep my photos and all organized. And I did post a video on this, so I will, you know, try to link that to it as well. So guys, I hope this helped. If you haven't talked to your family, if you've got older kids, you haven't texted them or said good morning, that you love them, now's a good time to do that. I love you guys, and I will see you next time for another video. Bye, everybody.